जैसे
जैसे हम बाबा जी।
माइंड जैसे रम्मा
Saidham.
Saidham. Jai Saidham.
Jai Saidham.
Jai Saidham.
Jai Saidham, Guruma.
Jai Saidham. Jai Saidham. Why this one doesn't turn? Why can't I see everyone?
So, साइमा राइट हैंड साइड टॉप कॉर्नर में एक व्यू बटन होता है.
मैं एक्चुअली फोन में हूँ.
ओके.
Jai Shri Ram, everyone. Jai Shri Ram. Sorry, just being little late today. As Aarti was little late, everything started late on that. Actually, one of our child's, Ranbir's mother had fell yesterday night, and she's got some injuries. She's got 2 fractures for sure. Third, they are seeing. They were here yesterday morning.
So she's not here?
No, well, she went home. In the night, she was going to other son's house. She just fell from a stair, and she got that. I just now got on B's message also to see that another part to it. So let's do the good part. Is that till your tea takes a little bit of that. Let's take 2 minutes. All of us can be comfortable. Just 2 minutes of Om. Let's do, and let's pray for her healing to get done. Right? Our prayers to her to get this part. Huh? Shri Satchidanand Sadguru Sainath Maharaj ki jai. Wants to go out. Go there. You know, what is the most effective thing, most powerful thing in a human body? Mind. Hmm? Mind. Anybody else? No?
Heart.
That you don't have. Yeah. The moment you said heart, the next person was Rakesh to say the same thing. So, before we go to the next part of it, Gudiya, where did you disappear? All of us, who all has been practicing Om? 1, 2. Okay. So thank you for practicing and thank you for not practicing also. So, you know how you just said mind? That's all of us has been listening from the childhood. Mind or don't mind? Mind or don't mind? This has been from, we've been listening to this from ages and times, and has been a very major player in our lives. I was in one of the sessions few days back, and the session was that all about natural processes, Ayurveda. There's a lot of good things coming up. And all of a sudden, when I was trying to make my notes, Baba made me write something called Healthy Minds. Healthy Minds. I made a note on the copy.
Deva, come here.
इसको मेरे को दे बांध के मेरे को दे.
Deva.
Now, the moment it came up, Healthy Minds, as Danny just said, mind and don't. It's a very beautiful thing. We all have been listening from all the time. Now, what is the major process of a daily life of ours? Who's his biggest enemy and who's our biggest friend? Ourselves. Right? But what about ourselves? What part of ourselves? Sorry? Doubts and fears. Okay. Our own mind. Our mind itself. Today we will be. Baba made me write healthy minds, healthy brain. See, thoughts and fears are part of our mind only. Generation comes from there. Majority of problems in our life, or majority of issues we come across, whether it is health issues, whether it is connections within the family, whether it is disconnections within the family, whether it is anything, whether it is your willingness to do something or your willingness not to do something, you in yourself has the capability and capacity to do it, win it or not win it. Most of the time, we carry something called unwanted thoughts. Majority. It's always unwanted thoughts. And we try to keep watering those unwanted plants consistently and constantly and get into that for a very long time. We are not able to overcome that. We are not able to win that. And then what happens is we are dragged and pulled back down. Whether it is a sentence or word said by somebody, whether it is somebody has basically sent you a message which was not appropriate, something you came across from somebody, something you didn't like it, something you didn't see. Well, could so many things. But what happens is in all those process, the accumulation of everything is happening in your brain. Now, the whole body system of ours is basically related to what? To our own will. And where is our will connection here? Whether you want to do something or you don't want to do something, you need that signals from your brain to come up, which is called either you have a Vivek Buddhi or Durbuddhi. It is all about yourself. And how much, I was listening now, last day, few days, there was elections in United States. And everybody in India and Canada, all across the world, every person was very concerned who's going to win these elections. And people, I understand, across the other part of politicians or levels, they may have some kind of a thought process in terms of relationship. But for a normal person, if you're not living in state where you don't have a voting right to choose, does it really make sense what is going to happen? Donald Trump will win, or what was the other person who won?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. He's already widened at the bridge. People had so much of discussion. He is this, he's Tambers, but he's a good person, he was this. Why? What for? Half of the day is just gone in discussion. Another discussion nowadays, Corona. Are you taking care? Come on, be careful. Don't go anywhere. I just came back from the grocery store. It was so much traffic there. Yeah. Talk something else. It's Babaji Putra. What is the creativity of your mind? It is all depending on you. In the whole process, what is happening is you are going to start cooking something and going to feed your family, or you're going to go and buy something for your family in the process of what? Either you're on a Bluetooth or a phone. Yeah. Why don't we come over? Yeah, no, not today. Yeah, next week. Yeah. All that process, you're buying the groceries also. In the whole process, I've seen a child, she has a laptop there, a phone here, and a cooking boil here. Same time. We call her 5-in-1. Talking about you only, Nalini. What are we not realizing? Ayurveda says this. Our body, and this is a part of our Vedas also, our body is a self-healer. Our body is a self-healer. Do we really do that? The crop we grow in our brains is such so difficult to pick up the right kind of fruits out of that. It is everything we are growing into that. We grow every kind of a thought in that. Necessary and unnecessary both. I was, having a discussion with Danny and Sid yesterday. And I was thinking that time, I think I told you or said, look, healthy mind. And I was thinking like, he was doing they're starting the showroom Just to example to give out was that, and there was some complication coming towards their website issue. Person who was helping them, trying to do, not able to perform that. Lot of issues going on. Now the marketing is already started. Things are not able to read. Now the question was cut down. Question was cut down. Like, we know that is not performing. We need to find a performance and get to marry and go. Why? Because that one thing is pulling us back. And that is actually dragging us negativity down. Now the loss of money has happened. We cannot go on that. We need to take a step, whatever we need to take and move on. Done. You want to call somebody, pick up the phone and call. Just go keep on thinking. Let me call, let me call, let me call, let me call. I'm going to go, I'm not going to go. I will go, I will not. No, don't. Take one decision. The best part is if you are able to send the positive thoughts to your brain, you will start enjoying the positivity. But connecting to God is not that difficult aspect. What is it, that willingness? I hear about everybody talking about, we love Baba, we love Bhagavan, we love Krishna, we love Shiv, we love Mata, we love everybody, whoever our connection is. I have somebody saying, I've been praying for ages. I've been doing Japji Sahib for years, I've been doing Sukhmani Sahib for years, like I've been doing chanting the Guru Mantra for years, 40 years I've been chanting it, but till date I'm not in peace. Chanting is happening for last 40 years, the peace is not there. So what is the benefit of chanting that? What is the benefit of enjoying that? When we talk about, Baba talks about saburi, patience, right? And faith. Now we're talking about faith and patience. Faith and patience is what? Again, your brain. Calm down, it will happen. Calm down, it will happen. Accept it. Be calm. How you train your brain is so key. It is so key. You can keep giving water in your brain to a thought which is highly negative and which will destroy your life or which will actually impact your health badly. You can keep pouring water on that. Keep nurturing it. And you will see the impact. Today's time, people who are having health issues is nothing more than a brain. I'm not saying the pain is not there in the body, that if you're not impacted, but more anxieties, more depressions are generation of your brain. There could be some deficiencies in the brain and development. I'm not taking that away. But remember this, that deficiencies have also come because at the time of birth, when the mother was conceiving on the way and the parents, they did not pay attention what kind of a thoughts we need to put that the child will get. What type of a food I need to eat that will impact the child. When the mother is feeding the baby, what type of a feed am I giving to the child? When I'm feeding the baby, my thought is, let me change the channel. मम्मा मेरे को थोड़ा सा चाय देना, ए सुनो प्लीज मेरे को वो पकड़ा दो ऊपर से कुकीज. You're feeding a child. और सेकंड, आप जल्दी से पकड़ लो, मेरे को वॉशरूम जाना है. What are you giving to the child? It's here. That coziness of whole. I'm just giving an example of understanding. That when a mother holds that, parents hold that child. Imagine the vibration in your body. Imagine your whole aura changes. That immense love which comes out. That closeness to just take it inside my heart. You hug your brother, sister. Your husband, wife hugs each other. Friends hug each other. Children hug each other. Hug means that fullness to come together. It is the fullness. It is the energy of that vibrations to bring togetherness. That is the gain from that full love to come together. That is where the warmth and relationship gets into a beautiful form. Somebody says, after I did not get, I hugged you, I got so peace. I hear this from all the time whenever people go, Gudiya gives a hug to somebody. I enjoy that part to see somebody say, Ma, I felt so peaceful. Fortunately, she's here with us today. So these are certain factors. We need to really realize this. When you hug a child, your own son, your brother, your sister, imagine your whole brain tells you, come inside me. When you have the same love with Bhagwan, what happens? The same thing. Let it be the Vigrah, to hold Vigrah also. But if you hold the Vigrah with love, what will happen? It will turn into a life form. That Vigrah will change into the life form, no matter what. When you do Pran Pratishtha, what is Pran Pratishtha? You put that feelings of love, right? Different aspects to do it. It is, we all need to, on a daily basis, on a regular basis, what we really need to do is keep cleaning up. Not this, not this, not this. Let this go. See, any relationship can only develop on the basis of one thing. You let what is not wanted. Let that go. See, when you take a vegetable, do you cut the whole vegetables? You don't, right? See, if you bring a spinach, if the spinach is in a baby spinach form, the leaves are softer, you let them wash and boil it. But if it is the bunch of spinach, you will take the edges. Why? Why don't you boil that also? Why don't you boil the whole? They are roots, they are extra dirty. We want more clean food to eat, we more hygienically correct food, which has little values. Otherwise, we have to do so much work to do that. So you let that last portion of 1 inch, just cut it off and throw it. When you bring a cauliflower, you don't just straight away put it in the with potatoes and you cut it off into small pieces. Why you cut it off in small pieces? Because you want that to be cooked properly. It is not that other pieces are not eatable in cauliflower, but you know the consistency to eat happening, it will need more time because that is harder portion, the base, and that is softer. We need to divide them. Anything. If you do while cooking, if you do when you have a paper, when you have written something, you want to turn it out. You don't keep writing on the same paper which is already dirty. Do you do that to make your notes? Anybody? What do? You take a new page, a new sticky. I want a clean one so that I will remember. I can connect. So if you don't write on that, why do you want to have a cluttered brain and keep on adding onto it? What is it going to give you? Impact on your health, which is going to be negative. Anita needs a smoothie.
Yeah, I'm missing avocado smoothie that Senthil makes.
Oh,
I love that, seriously.
Yeah, this is not fair. This is not avocado satsang.
I know.
Yeah.
That's okay. Sometimes I feel like reminding Anita and Senthil so they don't forget me. At least for avocado smoothie.
Gudiya, let me tell you, because of your smoothie, they moved out of that area now.
Because of me?
Yeah, they moved out of that area.
no, you're all welcome to the new area.
You're welcome there, but this is will be now. I cannot deliver every day.
Hi, Babaji. We can go.
So let's come back.
We will deliver. We will deliver.
Oh, now we have to skip the dishes there also.
Okay. Now, Danny, where is Danny?
Danny just woke up.
Just Saidham, Danny.
Yes,
Danny, what is your question?
there's no question.
He has.
Fortunately, he has no question right now. We are very surprised. You know, I think the benefit comes to us because the tea has less sugar today. I think the most important part for all of us is very simple. Let's please work on this. Daily basis, whatever you don't need, don't bring them back to your thoughts. Number one. If you want to have a good relationship, you only water the thoughts which are good to you and your family. Only water them. Your determination, your focus, your commitment, your passion can change anything. Trust me, you can change anything. You have the capabilities and capacities to go anywhere. Again, I'll give you one weird example. There were two people 3 years back went to Kailash. Like a lot of people went. Out of that, two people were such, no matter what, they were not capable to go to Kailash, but they went to Kailash. One was Gudiya, another was Som. These two people had no capacity to go to Kailash. Like they were not, their body was not at all there in that to go to that journey. But they happened to be because of this strong. We keep on making chutney here. What happens? What happens? Over the period of time, it becomes bitter and sour. There's no more flavor left in that. You have to decide either fear, you can, or faith. What you want to develop is your call. Nobody's call. It is just your call. People coming may say 36 things to you is not the key. How do you perceive this? How do you take it is the key again. What happens most of the time is we need to really understand sometimes what is good that I need. What is that I want? What is that good part of it to keep moving? What most of the time what is happening is we are losing track. We keep watering our thoughts which has no meaning. We keep on rushing after something which has no meaning. When we have a fight with each other, we may bring the issues which maybe have dragged 10 years back. Yes, sir. Dinesh just gave me a threatening call, bhai chai bhi piya karo. And the why I was saying this, Anita was laughing. When I said 10 years back issues, she right away remembered what she told Senthil few days back. So what is more very key, Arjo? Whatever is gone yesterday, you keep bringing back in your life, there is no peace for you. We all are at a ship, individual boats in that ship. Everybody is on an individual boat. How do we carry ourselves? How do we want to take ourselves? Where do we want to take ourselves is the key. This was going on and thinking like the eagerness to get to Bhagavan, you know how much of your brain has to be strong? Just to love him is not the key. To, to get him in this birth is the biggest part. And there is a whole process of that. It's a whole process. And that processing is so strong that you have to be very committed, very well committed. I was talking to somebody yesterday. They came up to for the Diwali and they were discussing family is good enough. They don't need to worry much about things. Baba said to them, your both children are settled. Why don't you plan and move out of the city? Go a little far. You still want to be busy? The money you have, take a place which has little water somewhere, build up a little banquet hall there. If you want to keep business only, develop something there. Why? That will keep you going on. 6 months, 3 months, 4 months, good place, people will come. We went to marriage. Gudiya was not well that day. I went down few kilometers down north, Caledon. Caledon is next, like I'm in Mississauga, then Brampton, and it's Caledon. And it took me 20 minutes because it was straight road down, up and across. That gentleman had taken that 100 acres of land with around, out of that, maybe 2-3 acres area moving the water. They have developed this banquet hall with 3 stations, and then they have that, what do you call, landscaping and everything. That very day, 3 marriages were happening, and it is a single road. Like, older days, you have that one single lane going on. It was that kind of a area. Why I'm telling you this, I'm not trying to go into commercial thought process. What I'm telling is, if you have come through a life stage at certain period of time of a threshold, now your age is something that you want to be busy, but you don't want to have that. Every day, kitch cut. You love to be in people, but people are not going to give you peace and happiness. People will not give you. Ultimately, it is yourself. What you cook, what you eat, what you talk at home is going to help you. And the children are really gone off. Why don't you go away? Spend time in yourself. Try to find yourself. I'm not telling all of you should happen to do that, but please train your brain for some kind of a peace. Push your brain to now. I'm not means no. Done. Now, what is that done? What is the easiest way to have enjoying your day? What is the best you can do?
Let everything be free and
Yeah.
do what you have to do. Positive.
Yeah, but what is that one thing on a daily basis you should do? Ram, 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 Ram. 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 Ram, 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 Ram 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 Ram. Satsang You know, when we request all of you to chant,
I just know one.
yeah,
Now, there should be something. Because the other gentleman you said 40 years he's been doing Nam Jap every day, but he still he can't. So Nam Jap, just doing Nam Jap, this is the solution. I don't think it's solution, but we have to surrender ourselves also
I'll help you.
to, you know, just like
Nanjap is the solution. I'll tell you what we, and I was about to say that you just took my words. So what happens is when we are chanting, it's a very valid question what you said. Surrendering will only come when you are accepted it. When you start doing Nam Jap, you have to remember one thing very importantly. And that is where Nam Jap comes with connection with the brain and your ears. And I think sometime back also Baba said in one of the satsangs, when you are chanting, what is the most important thing in chanting is Suppose you're saying Ram, 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 Ram. Your ears should consistently, constantly hear Ram. Take it back in. Your brain has to be activated to focus on the ears. Brain has to only do one thing. What happens is, Dinesh, when people are chanting, they are not able to bring their brain to their ears. They are chanting. Like I can be doing Ram 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 Ram. My brain is telling, wow, Dinesh is listening. Baba is looking good. Other forms of Baba. My tongue is chanting. There is no connection. When there is a disconnection, there is no further journey. It is like us cables have to connect together, and then the spark will go forward. And I was thinking today that this was coming up constantly. The Om you do for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes Om. Your brain is not there with you guys. Your brain is not there. You may raise your hands. Right now, Baba just wants you to do it so that you get into the habit. But realistically, when you start really doing Om, it is a journey beyond. At that very moment, even if you're doing chanting Om with focusing on Om, you cannot get up, Raja. You can't get up. There is no way you can get up. That 5 minutes of candle which was given to you before to light it up here, if that would have been the whole brain connected to the letter, you would have been a powerhouse by now. You all would have been a powerhouse. You were focusing on light, but the brain was not connected to the light. What is missing is a connection. If you are, let's go to the very basic part of it. Forget anything. Ji Malik.
Why is that thing missing?
Okay. I'll come back to this. Is exactly again. I'm so blessed today. All DDs are pulling me fantastically. So you go for shower. Do you enjoy your shower? No, not taking shower, enjoying. That brain at that very moment also enjoying the grace of Lord Jal. Enjoying that moments of every part of your body being really that you, wow. In this form also you're blessing me. Not thinking, फटाफट रेडी होके आरती करके फटाफट जाके यार करके ये करना है वो करना वो करना ये करना वो करना नहीं. It's not there, Raja. If you have achieved that level, then you are anyways beyond. Then you are ahead. You have to follow. We see, no matter in any sense, I'm not saying, Raja, when we go, we have to enjoy that shower. We have to enjoy, remember in a young age, our parents used to tell, when the TVs came up, no TV. Eat the food and then watch TV. And now what it is? This is your iPad. Finish the food, you can watch. But what are we losing there? See?
What are we losing there is what is demanded of us. For example, I may enjoy the shower. Let's take that point in perspective while we're talking about it. So you're enjoying the shower, you're enjoying that very feeling. You're mindful, you're in present, you're cherishing the moment. But you are supposed to come out of there in 5 minutes, get to work, because that is demanded of you. Again, you are imposing that lifestyle upon yourself, but that lifestyle commensurates what needs to be achieved. So it's a reverse calculation. We don't want to get out of there in 5 minutes. If we don't get out of there in 5 minutes, so that moment lasts for less than 2 minutes. So the question here is, how do we carry
that mindfulness longer.
Beautiful. And thank you for asking also this. And this is my own experience. I don't know about others, but so I really want to enjoy my shower. What I started realizing was that when I go, I'm lost. I'm totally lost.
Yep.
I may not even come out half an hour after also. Then I started realizing and training myself that I will keep that buffer of 20 minutes at least. That if I'm gone inside, I know I'm not coming out of before that. There's no 10 minutes for me. I know this for sure. So I started taking that 20 minutes in consideration and going to it. So I'm not rushing myself. What happens is, I don't know how much all of you may agree also. The moment you start working with this concept in your brain has that biological clock inside set. It is already there, which will actually tell you, bus. You will hear bus. You will get bus. Done. Ajo. You will get this, Raja.
That happens in sleep, in food, in many things.
So, mera bacha, I was telling Gudiya this morning. I'll give you this. So I was not comfortable yesterday night. I was not feeling well at all. All of a sudden I started feeling, it doesn't happen to me, but yesterday evening was a very high anxiety. And I was like, all of a sudden I started getting this negativity coming up from where to push me and getting into, what do you call that? Palpitation. Another thing, when you start feeling little burning.
Heartburn.
What do you call? No.
Burn.
Heartburn, but you call, there's another word for it. Acidity kind of thing. So
Acid reflex.
So what happens was, I realized that time, wow, what Baba is going to talk tomorrow, he's actually making me feel right now. My brain is not accepting something. It started impacting my heart. Yes, it started impacting that. I could see that part. It was going on for some time. I did not, reason I found out what was it happening, but it started, all of a sudden it started creating that acid reflex. Now what happened? Till I actually calmed down, it did not go. I actually had to calm, it took me a lot of time. Then I calmed down, I took little I'm not saying I did not take meds, but I started feeling it. I could not eat the whole day. I felt calmed down. And then I went to bed, 11:30, some child called up. 10:30 I got a call, then 11:30 I got a call. Anyways, around 5 o'clock, 5:15, I was given the indication, get up. Ho gaya, utho. So I'm watching this for last some days now. Somebody is already before me telling me, get up. We have beautiful biological clock inside us. We need to, and what Dinesh said, Danny said, I'm so grateful that, and this was one of the part when Dinesh talked about when people doing Namja for 40 years not connecting, is because they have not given themselves. When you give, completing this is, when you focus on Namja constantly, your ears and brain, you will slowly, gradually seeing the power of your chanting. So once your chanting goes on, you start enhancing yourself, you will be uplifting yourself and it'll go to the further journey. It'll take you automatically. So that will turn into sadhana or meditative state after that. That is where we have always been saying, first you practice. Before you get into that, practice this. Because if you are able to control your brain and mind and thoughts, By this, it is easy journey for you to go there. I never said you don't have to do sadhana or meditation, but first is control yourself. Control and then move. Then you see your boat is sailing beautifully out. Coming back to what Danny G said, enjoy whatever. First of all, making sure, like, while shower, I will enjoy. While eating food from now, I will just focus on my food and enjoy. I will not do anything else at that time. I will enjoy my meals. I will enjoy my tea. I will enjoy my coffee. I will enjoy the moment I am in. Am I at work? I'm going to be at work and enjoy my work only. What is the whole purpose? To train your brain to be in the present and not have unwanted thoughts coming at that moment to destroy that. Don't let unwanted things destroy your life. If you're present, the way you're present is, be into present and enjoy your present. Will people pull you? Oh, 100%. Will people push you? 100%. But people will support you? 100%. 100% means there will be some people will doing this, some people will do that. What are we supposed to do? We need to supposed to be very simple. What do we do? Like a plant. Some people have some leftover, they will leave it to the plants. Some people will have a clean water to give it to the plants. Does the plant react to it? You may only say the plant doesn't talk, but the plant can react. It may not talk. They do talk. We don't listen that. Unfortunately, we are not in that state of grown state where we can connect to them that way, because nature talks. It is because of nature we exist. Nature doesn't exist because of us. If that is the case, you will see the reaction of that plant over the period of time. Like Tulsi ji will not accept every place. Tulsi ji is very much knows where she has to stay. It is the same with all the plants. If you give them every day like that, over the period of time, it is not going to go anywhere. It is gone. How much all of you want to take care of your money plant at home? How much you love that money plant? Because money word is attached to it, it has to grow very well. It is you all pray, fortunately, that every leaf become a dollar. You give that water or ice for little cents and the tree become ta ta ta. Whole house has money plant. Yes. Because you love that money plant. So you extra care of money plant is taken. Similarly, we need to take extra care of our thoughts. And this is where, fortunately, our divine soul, Mata Ji, is there. It was come up at Saidham Shiksha Kendra. A seed of a thought is a fruit of future. Very part. A seed of a thought is fruit of future. So, by taking this, we're going to sign off for today. But before we go, I'll take few minutes of all of us to let us go in a flight, fast forward flight. Huh? Ready? Start, huh? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Om. Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath.
Maharaj ki jai.
So my earnest request to all of you is please, please, and please. One, please on your groups wherever it is possible, write down whatever you could. Today you got it. Number one. Number two, please, please let the unwanted go of thoughts. Don't carry something which is not you needed. And the most important part is start on a daily basis from 5 minutes, minimum 5 minutes, at to 15 minutes if you can do it. Chant whatever you want to. I have no problem. I'm myself a seeker. I'm still learning. So I have nothing to give. I'm just learning all this. If all of you can take, supposedly you love Venkateshwara, chant Venkateshwara. You love Shiva, talk Shiva. I have no issues. But 5 minutes of one thing on a daily basis. But that 5 minutes should be 100% towards your ears and brain connected. Then you tell me, is the difference or not? A power of your own light. Ji.
Vaji, there is something, an article that I read yesterday. Can take about 5 minutes. Do we have?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is regarding Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is a quarterback of a very well-known NFL franchise, Seattle Seahawks. The, the highlight of
Can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
No, he has to come close to you.
No, he doesn't come close to me.
Why?
He can come forward.
Forward, closer to you.
Ji.
how about now, Didi? Is it better?
Yeah. Go
Can
ahead.
she hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Didi, we are talking about an article in a sports publication yesterday. It's talking about Russell Wilson. He is he's approaching his 40s, but he's playing competitive uh, football for last 15 years, and he's a quarterback for last 10 years. To be in a franchise which is Seattle Seahawks, one of the top 10 franchise of NFL.
Right.
Okay, now what he is saying is that he spends, the article said, the highlight was that he spends over $1 million on his nutrition every year.
Okay.
Now, the takeaway for us is, and besides that, his contract for 3 years is $150 million. So that reflects and puts things in perspective. However, he has 2 cooks, his wife, and 3 coaches full-time with him wherever he travels. And that is where he spends the money on. But after spending all this money for all these years, he realized that it's all about the mind, because he's eating right, he's playing right, he's coaching right, he's healing right, he's doing everything. So he's neutralizing all the other variations. But after doing that, to be in the peak form and to perform at the peak level, he realized that he needs a mind coach that will give him stability amongst the chaos. And that is what he is going to invest another $500,000 every year, just to have a mind coach with him, not around him all the time, but during the game with him. So he's a quarterback, so he plays offensive. So in between the 2 plays, he is able to talk to his coach. So what we need to be our own coach. We don't have those paraphernalias around us to help us, but we do need to come up with that same resource for ourselves.
I don't know, but I would say this. I love you. I'll tell you why I'll tell you this. They will sit. You're not going to.
I'm going to post that article link on our Satsang group. It's a commercial article, so there will be other things around it, but focus on the last part of the article.
Okay, so what we do, okay, I'll tell you why I said this. That somebody is going to spend $500,000 to have a mind coach. And in Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan is nothing more beyond that, no matter what people talk about today. The base root cause of today's part is all of us. What is he talking about? What is he saying? He's saying to keep himself calmer, focused. See, what does he play, Danny? Center?
Football.
No. Quarterback. And he plays offensive. Quarterback, right?
Are the offensive.
So basically what was coming up, the quarterback needs one thing. He has focused 2 things. One, the ball, taking, dribbling, passing, and how to overcome the people who are keeping an eye on him. It's all about his focus, all about his concentration, and not getting distracted that somebody who kicked him. Because if he plays offensive, that means on the opponent team, he has been marked by 2 people. Minimum 2 people are marking him. That if this boy comes over, mark him down. And this is where you need to hit him. So now what happens is, when you're playing this offensive football, there are 2 opponents. Every team will have the players are marked already. But you still have to play your game. You still have to play and win that game. How do you do this? That's why I said I love you. How do you do this? It is in the families. It is at your job. It is in your circle. You play that quarterback football every single day. It's not just one place. Every single day, all of us have to play offensive if you're in business, because otherwise your business will not survive. You have competitors who are keeping an eye on you. They want to pull you down. At your job, there are people on the different positions who want to let you go down. And your family circle, people want to show how bad you are. And your friend circle, they want to show how good they are. Not friends, huh? True friends don't do that, but otherwise. So everybody's trying to give you an injection which you don't want to take. What do you do? What do you do? What is that you need?
Protection. Focus on your one thing.
Focus. Protection and focus, right? How do you get the protection and focus?
How do you get the focus? Yes.
How do you get that focus? Don't lose your patience. Don't lose that patience. The moment you lost that patience, you lost the focus.
But Bhaji, here, the patience is challenged by your drive. And the beauty will be to not to lose the drive and yet keep the fitness.
Mera bacha, agreed. Again, I said agreed with you. The patience doesn't mean, what is patience going to do? What is patience going to do? Let's talk about this.
That is what he's saying.
No, let's come back to you only. We discussed something is keeping an eye on us. Right? What are we supposed to do? Not lose the focus of business. Keep an eye. Keep an eye. He may come back again. We'll do whatever we need to do to give that up. But my focus of distraction will not take the 100% to him only. When he comes, we'll tackle with this. But what I need to do, I'll keep doing it.
So at the base of your heart, you have to be very, very confident.
You have to be very, very calm. Calm. Confidence will automatically, trust me, my child. When you get into the drive of anything, it will take you through. And I can prove you this, and I'll prove you this in coming 3 years. I'll prove you this. Baba told something back, and I'll prove you this in 3 years. You do what I'm telling you to do. You bring your temperament part, and then you see in 3 years what happens.
I'm working on that.
And I can show you in 3 years. You will not come and bow to Baba. You will put your head down and legs up. You changed me for this only. I surrender to you, not from here forever to you. And because I know what he has said is Shardha and Saburi, he is not a fool. He precisely said, and you all can beat anything in life. Anything. The moment you don't get distracted by somebody who's pinning you, don't let them win over your thoughts. Don't give them space in your thoughts. Don't give them space in your thoughts. They want place in your thoughts, and that is where they win over you and you go down.
Right. Very true. I know. That's what it is. You should not let people play in your thoughts.
Yes, Raja.
So when someone is playing politics or whatever it is, do you not defend yourself? Because especially in the workplace, you're always trying to excuses or whatever it is that person is wrong or whatever.
No. First thing you need to do, you don't lose your focus of your job. That is the first thing. See, you are being paid for your job, is it not? So your first duty is towards your performance, not to prove him wrong.
But what if his interference is affecting your performance?
Beautiful. If that is affecting it, now you have to take a minute of your calmness and see that whatever is being pushed towards you is impacting your workplace, affecting your environment, affecting your work ethics at that moment of time. At that moment of time, your calmness says, okay, let me put a note of this and understand clearly. I write to the person and CC to my boss. Calm. I'm not going to go do nothing. I'm not going to give him place here now. I want him out of here. I don't want distraction. If he's distracting me or trying to put me down, I will not let that happen. I took it, but now I'm going to direct it to my computer, to my email, to my communication. So I will have a communication now. Sir, whatever. I so appreciate your supporting me. I love that part. But I feel, this is what my understanding is, it is impacting my workflow. Is there a better way of a communication I can have so that we can grow together? I would love to grow. What did you do? You cut that tree. It is still standing there. It has not fallen, but you have cut it. You know what I mean? Instead of cutting like this, you're showing the whole world. You cut him from 10 places and he should not know. That is your calmness. Now that person will make all the efforts to keep sticking to that because he knows he cannot show the world he's fallen and cut. Very important. To keep yourself calm, you need to practice. You need to work harder towards yourself. And I think Nalini can give 36 examples how initially she had so many of challenges to go by. It took us how much time to come down. And all of us can do. Rakesh can give 36 examples of his distractions and how difficult for him to bring back. Simi can talk about where she started her journey. Here is an example. All of us, your example. People, don't you have 36 examples, people pulling you down? No, mera bacha. I'm being blunt. Why? Because we gave them importance. We gave people importance. We lost our calm and patience. We let the anxiety attack us by our thoughts. We created that, what do you call that? What that was? Reflex? Acid reflex. We created acid reflex. Nobody came inside and created acid reflex in our body. Nobody came inside us except our thought who created the anxiety and depression. Nobody else. We gave that importance to the thought to do that.
So, psychologically, just adding something to it, what I do personally is that if somebody is bringing you down because they are not up there, you're up there and they are trying to bring you down, right? If it is coming across like that. Secondly, they're insecure, and that is the reason they are. It is their problem. It is not your problem. You know what I mean? If they're pointing fingers at you or they're showing you down, anything like that, it is not your problem. The problem is psychologically, that is what, if you think about it in that way, like send a prayer, maybe give them, blessings or something like that mentally, and then separate yourself. Like I said, cutting it off, not your problem. Let them deal with it. Separate yourself, go on with your work, right? I mean,
so these are the tools to fight
yeah,
the situation.
tools, yeah.
So there is one way to dissect the whole thing, and that would be: are you able to see separately the doer and his actions? Are you able to separate them? Okay, somebody is doing something to you. Are you able to see that person separately and his actions separately?
Yeah.
Sneputra, I'll be adding you to Sunday Satsang group.
Yeah, it's the
So you can
it's the
put
behavior,
your
not the person.
views in
That's what
that.
we are trying to say.
Yeah.
The problem is the behavior. We are not
Okay.
disliking the person, you know.
So that person is.
I don't know who's at
directing
that
his-
HP
his
986412
energy
number.
for
If
your
I know that, I
position,
could
not
add
for
them.
you.
Sneji, I'll add you too
Yeah,
to the something group.
exactly.
Sure, thank you, Jay.
Your position, which is completely.
It is not personal.
So let's put the, it's going to be 9 o'clock. Let's come back. It's a beautiful session we had. Remember one thing, you want to go close to Bhagavan. You want to be merging with him. You want to come, your family to be happy. You want to have a good, healthy life. You want to, even if you don't want to go on a spiritual path, don't worry about it. But you still want a healthy life. You have to have a healthy brain. You have a healthy mind, healthy environment. And that starts from you. And that will only come from only two things, Shraddha and Saburi. You want to become the best person in this world. You want to become the next Tata. You have to be calm. And to be able to reach there, what we need to do? What do we need to do to reach there? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya,
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
Shivaya.
Om
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
Shivaya.
Om
Om
Namah
Namah Shivaya. Om Namah
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om
Om
Namah
Namah
Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Mera bacha Anita, I'll add you to the group too. Sneha, I've already added. Sneha ji, I'm going to add it up. Please put your thoughts in that. And
Sure.
let's see how we all can make a difference to our lives, people around us. And from today, what can we do to be more healthier in mind? Have a very blessed all of you. Very blessed. Thanks.
Saidham. Saidham.
Yes, sir.
Jai Sir.